Hello there everyone and welcome back. We finally managed to get a couple of matches in with my brand new protector, and now I am looking forward to putting the Fire Caste favor to real use, especially with the boring action bonus there. It's hard to say if I want to put any more upgrades on there because it's more of a case by case basis, but so far we're now able to utilize this thing to at least its fullest damage potential when on the offensive. Still probably going to be a little lackluster, at least for the Manta bombers and all that getting shot down if I'm trying to do evasive maneuvers or run away. So there's still a lot to figure out with this thing, because it is going to be slower than everything else practically in my fleet, so even just running away is a dangerous prospect, because it's likely to get left unsupported if I were in a mad rush. But it's got the raw fire potential now, almost quite literally, because now we got boarding actions to do damage, potentially, and I'm hoping the guaranteed fire. We will see. Can't argue one bit about it, though. It's just a matter of keeping focus with my torpedo bomber run there to try and get the good consistency I need from the ship. And meanwhile, what's the level status of everything else? Everything else is pretty damn good, except for my stronghold, which is just fresh level 3, so both the stronghold and my protector are going to need a couple matches in to at least catch up with the rest of my fleet. And how close is everything to level 5? This one's already level 5. The Dalif, which I've been lacking certain missions in, still ways to go. This Sauce has a ways to go, so... Ooh, but okay, one of my protectors is almost level 5, so... It will still be some time before I can effectively start reducing insubordination chances there by boosting up my ethereal, so that could still bite me in the ass because it has been consistently been affecting me negatively in the past few matches. Maybe not so much the winning ones, the last 2 matches that I won there quite handily, but then again, not really very many ships got heavily damaged or crippled, besides the poor Sauce that I kind of let die in a horrible blaze of glory. Alright, it is showtime, and we are fighting a real Inquisitor this time. That signifies, yeah, he was going to be an Imperial Navy ship. There was always a chance it could have been something else, but 660 points, that says a lot right there. High level fleet, probably going to run into a Retribution or Emperor if the situation warrants it for him. And I'm really paranoid about the stronghold because, well, the stealth alloy is going to be pretty restricted, and it doesn't really... Well, it has a lot of damage potential dealing with a battleship. It's just not going to stand a chance against a battleship more often than not. Especially in close range, which is kind of required for if I'm going to utilize the cutting beam. So, at some point I'm going to have to bite the bullet and try it out, but... Is this a good opportunity to put the protector to good use? I think it is, because at the very least it can have its fighters there to kind of play support. I want to say I need to experiment with it a bit more, and I don't need too many extra bombers, so lots of repair drones. I got that going for me. And let's see, I don't think I need messengers, because I got 2 carrier ships already. And the flanking potential... Oh yeah, and the Castellans having their defense turret upgrades are going to be good at shooting down torpedoes at least. That's assuming he's going to use torpedoes. I'm a little bit paranoid about more Novacan spam. But I have a good idea what to do now at least. It's just going to be a little bit different with Fire Caste ship that doesn't have the mobility, so it's going to naturally spread out for me, but at the same time, it's going to have a hard time keeping its distance, depending on what he's fielding. And he's got a swarm of nebula clouds here, and because I didn't get my other air cache cruiser, I only have 1 beacon to utilize, so this is not going to be very good for me for trying to spot him at range. Kind of a bit of an oversight, a tiny bit. And I want this Fire Caste ship more in the middle, so it's a little more able to respond. And 2 Sauces on the right, keep them a little bit spread out. And where do I want these Castellans? I don't really know. I can't really think of a good spot for him, but that's probably the best I can do. I would think, because I don't want him in the middle. That's just asking for him to get hit as a bonus if there are Nova cans. Because then he's going to hit a frigate as well as the cruiser. That's probably pretty close to it. It's 3 ships, so without a doubt, this is probably a battleship of some kind. Is that 2 overlords as well, though? I'm just trying to figure out what the points are.
Swift and silent, we prowl space.
Okay, so I can easily negate that in about 2 minutes. Sun Rain will be back up there, but again, only 1 beacon. I want to say that as a battleship and 2 overlords, so he's got amazing long-range potential if that is a retribution, which is what it's looking like. The only sucky thing is I have no way to reliably get vision in the nebula cloud without risking something in close. I really am regretting not having my second air cache cruiser for that reason. Because I can use one to detect them, and as soon as the shields go down, I can use the second recon beacon to latch one on them. So, like I was concerned about with this thing at level 1, this could very well be a liability, this Fire Caste. I think this is a safe assumption. I don't really have to worry about Nova cans at least. But let's see, he could run into the second nebula cloud and try and intercept these ships, so I need to be ready. Was that just identified? I was not paying attention. I was not really paying attention if I had an icon of that there, or I was just looking at the red of the ship. So I'm going to have a weird surround, without a doubt. Do I beacon? I want a beacon. I'm not going to lie, I just want a beacon to kind of, like... Let's see. Okay. So I think it's safe to say he's just hiding the nebula cloud. And the one in back. So this is going to be a slow match. Because I have no reason to push in there. Because of what I just said, I have no way to force an engagement.
How may I serve the Talva?
I could circle him like a vultures, though, at least. I don't want to spread out too much where he just boosts when I'm not prepared. That's a big risk. Because if my sausages go to the right, he just immediately dive bomb him or something. Especially now that I know he has the Inquisition type of favor. So I want at least to, if he does risk going after a ship there, that I want to be able to jump him. What got revealed? Is that seriously on autocast? Oh, you silly person.
Swift and silent we prowl space.
Silly, silly person.
We serve the Kovatra.
I wish I knew which one of these was identified. There's no... Is there like an easy way to tell when they've been identified besides seeing the big massive identified icon? I may have to look at the recording again to find out. But there's not much choice. I have no way to dumbfire torpedoes in there to kind of flush him out. And I threw that beacon because I was a little paranoid that he would silent run into that nebula cloud and try and catch me off guard. Maybe not the smartest idea, but it felt like a good precaution. I'm in no rush. I just apologize to you guys watching now for this. I really do. Like I said before, I have no way to force an engagement. I just have some ability that can keep him back. And since that gas cloud is so big too, that as soon as I throw it down, he could just readjust and just stay hidden again. So, how do I punish him for his stall tactics? And again, this is another case where I have not even looked at whether I'm a defender or not, so that's going to be tricky.
Ready. The Talva shall go.
Okay, torpedoes. Wow, that was the weirdest torpedo shot. Not that I'm really complaining. I got defensive weapons to deal with that. So now, everyone do a 180.
Air Caste, ready for orders.
Just dodge.
Honor the teachings of Viola.
Okay. I would like to turn.
However, it will be so. We serve the Corvatra
Oh, I did that wrong. I want the bombers.
as the Ethereals
Now,
wish.
let's try. I probably could just kill generators. Actually, let me kill the level weapons on these overlords. Their priority. I'm burning a lot of time though. This is a mistake.
Closing on your position.
That was a bit of a. I burnt a lot more time than I would have liked. But a lot of damage and apparently no fire results.
At your orders, Corvatra.
And it took a lot of damage there,
Spread the greater good.
which is fine. He's gonna chase after him. I'm okay with this.
We serve the
He's now at range and he's not actually.
Shift to
What is it? He's not actually. Okay,
Core L ready.
now I have 10 seconds still, so can I punish them? I forgot these things.
Census, lock on.
I forgot these things weren't identified yet.
Serve the Corvatra. Pure Tide engrams online.
I'm gonna have to take evasive maneuvers.
Gravity drive to maximum. Shift to optimal combat.
I dodged the torpedoes nicely. I'm gonna have to get refreshments.
I serve the tower.
And I got a beacon on there. That's like the best case scenario.
Ethereals wish.
I'm a little bit isolated right now though.
Restore the Earth Caste's construction.
But now I have a way to kind of just chip this thing down,
At your orders, Koro.
which is amazing opportunity for me. Did I just shoot myself? No.
I serve the tower.
Now get into the nebula cloud. Let's.
How may
I lost my
serve?
train of thought because I'm trying to figure out what my Castellans are up
Honor
to.
the teachings of Viola.
Let's hold that thought. Let's keep this thing alive. As much as I would like to bomb it some more. Let's group
Honor
up.
the teachings
Get
of
my repair
Viola.
drones underway. Cloak and Dagger hide. Because he's not going to be able to hide that retribution anytime soon.
We serve
And
the
I got 3
Corvatra.
repair drones, like I said, to get this thing back up to full status. I did burn. The Castellans are doing a nice job stalling. I find it weird that he's going after them. Perfect opportunity to just get defensive fighters going.
The good.
Now, everything, group up.
Air Caste ready for orders.
I could have emergency repaired to save that thing.
An escort ship is now wreckage. Core L ready.
Alright. Get the repairs underway.
Ready for orders. For Anva it will be so. At your orders, Koro.
And I sadly have no bombers available. Oh, wait. Okay, I ended up using the... I thought I used the Fire Caste as bombers. Nope. Not this case. Is it still going to do damage? Nothing noticeable. Ooh, actually it did do damage. Never mind that thought. And he did waste Inquisition buffs, so... Let me just repair everything.
Repair drones activated. At your
And
orders.
actually, I'm just wondering if I want to just reload everything.
Honor the teachings of
Because so far now I'm in amazing shape. Because again, he refuses to
I serve
just run for some reason.
as the Ethereals wish.
Which I'm okay with. If he wants to accommodate me, by all means, accommodate me, buddy.
Koro, ready. As the Ethereals wish. Air Caste ready.
Unfortunately, I did reveal myself again, but considering the damage I'm about to do, it's going to be a worthwhile trade-off. Come on. He's going to micro-warp jump or something, maybe? Good amount of damage here.
For Anva it will be so.
I probably should have had those secret missiles go in our angle, because he's about to die in a moment.
Ethereals guide us.
That's what it's looking like, and I'm getting a little too close for comfort, maybe. Why? Hey, stupid air cache, what are you doing? And why aren't you boarding? I seriously told that thing to just board.
Corvatra. Shift to
My ships are starting to rebel on me. Okay, one ship's gone.
greater good. Air Caste ready for orders.
Okay, dodge nicely, very nicely. I love that maneuver. It's still pretty crippled, even with the little bits of repairs I was doing. And it can dodge most of those shots besides the lances, so let's make this the priority. We're going to kill the generator, because as much as I would like to try and just kill the weapons, I don't think that's going to give me anything too worthwhile. There's the betrayal yet again. Come on. Is it? Oh, that's my ship. I was hearing the warp jump, and I'm so used to playing as Tau that I thought that was his at first. Oh, missiles coming in. Yeesh, that's a really potent field. It got him completely turned around. We're not done yet, though. As much as I like to think we are almost done. I'm going to have to play a little defensive until I kill this thing. And it's heavily damaged, so a little bit more and it'll be dead. And I got repair drones. It may feel cheap. It certainly does feel a little bit cheap, doesn't it? But they are what's keeping me alive there. There's a reason I got these things. Because otherwise I would have lost that cruiser ages ago. Ooh, bombers is an amazing hit there. So, your move, buddy. Are you coming after me or not? Is the Inquisitor gonna be a true Inquisitor and fight to the very end or not? And there's shield generators, disruptor, so I need to be careful of that. I want to just keep my prow to him. Soak in the damage that he's going to potentially fire. Okay, he's running. And he is using the wreckage, which actually isn't going to help him too much. It will stop the one seeker missile barrage, but he's not going to be able to damage me as a kind of like a downside. Okay. Damage it in. Now, get ready to bomb it. Let's finish this thing off. He's just going to try and come in for the ram, so let's punish him as much as possible. There's a guaranteed fire result. He wants to ram me. Fine, go ahead and ram me. You're just leaving yourself open to my attack, buddy. Even if I am faltering just one little sauce, everything is going very nicely in execution. Ooh, if only I had angled better, I could push him into the minefield. It might still happen! It might still happen! Watch this, ladies and gentlemen, if I do this right. Ah! Ah, it's denied. I'm getting a little too excited for my own good. And why am I not targeting you guys? Okay, I'll let him go. I'll let him go. Although I already used my boring attempt, so it's very unlikely I could have stopped that anyway. Bit of a slow match, mainly because I had no way to really force an engagement. All it really came down to was the fact he got impatient. I think that's a safe assumption to make, because he had the Inquisition to keep revealing me and get a little bit early damage in, but the problem is it's the same cooldown as my silent running, so that doesn't really do a whole lot unless he had like a fallback ability. Because in all seriousness, it may not have worked as well as he probably would like, but what he should have done is use the Inquisition, trade on one ship, you let me silent run, wait until it fell off, and then just Inquisition me again. You think that probably would work better. Although I would have some time to see that coming though, so I could have just flew back and kept my distance at least, so it probably would have worked as well as I would like to suggest, but that could have been another thing you could have done. Now, level 5 on this thing, without a doubt, because it just insubordinated on me, and is now lost in warp, we are going to deal with that insubordination. At least work our way up. And my protector, I'm probably going to have to really consider changing his name of these things, because there's no way I'm going to remember the names of these ships. Not quickly, to say the least. Because just look at those names. There's practically like a first name, middle name, and last name. Considering this is in brackets, all the middle there, that's almost like the code name. Oh, never mind. That's the name of the actual ship in Tau language, I'm going to assume. Because they're all practically the same, even for the Daleth here. So I'm going to assume that's for the Tau language for the actual ship class. So that doesn't say a whole lot for me either. Nonetheless, that was a promising victory. And did I seriously just get 400 renown for that? I think something's bugging out with the servers, because I've been noticing massive renown boost and weird bugginess with my orcs the past few days. I played a little bit of 2v2 and fooled around with a brand new orc fleet just for fun there, and I was noticing these damn weird issues. And this could be an example of it, because my orcs were also getting like this weird boost in renown. Not that it is a big deal now, per se, because I'm perfectly fine as is well before that bug. So, unless I get every single one of my ships horribly destroyed there that I need to be repaired, I don't think I'm going to worry about running out anytime soon. It's still weird. Amazing to abuse for a brand new fleet, mind you. Especially if you're having a terrible time, I think. But still. Oh, David Bowie. How I wish you weren't playing as Eldar. So, this is interesting. On the plus side, the Damien Stronghold can be amazing trap ambush potential. Can it really do the damage needed to deal with a Void Stalker in all seriousness? Can it in all seriousness be threatening and aggressive enough to deal with a Void Stalker once it does get close? I don't think it can, but I honestly have little idea what to do in this situation. Because this is the first time I played as Eldar, and this is like the worst case scenario I would hate to run into them when they have access to everything, as made apparent by the fact I'm getting bonus points. I'm going to have to try the Stronghold, because I don't want to field every single cruiser, especially slower ones. And I do want messengers because he does have fighters, a lot of fighters available. I'm assuming, of course, this is him fielding a Void Stalker, which doesn't seem too unreasonable, because that seems to be the thing Eldar like to go for, is the battle cruisers and the battleship, because the cruisers don't offer any pulsar, I don't think at all, just torpedoes, which seems to be slenderly used for Eldar, so it's all about the pulsar unless he wants to go a different route entirely. Which I have messengers to deal with any heavy fighter fleet-based, any fighter-based fleet that he's going to field. I just don't know the first thing I can do to deal with this. I have repair drones, but with his massive burst potential, I don't think that's going to work well for me. And I don't know if I have a ship that can throw a beacon on. The thing is, the only thing I have going for me is that my Stronghold can be amazing ambush if I can get him in the right position. Because he basically boosts right into it, and there's no way he can get away if I time it right.
Mundka, the killing blow brings the enemy's end. How may I serve the tower?
And it's just as I thought.
Honor the teachings of Viola.
I'm not feeling good about this because, again, I need to experience fighting the Eldar to really know how to approach this. And I'm really terrified about having this thing get caught off guard.
For Onva, it will be so. How may I serve?
I'm just thinking, do I have any possibilities that I can do this? Because I only have one fighter here to defend, but I have messengers.
Ship at your orders.
This thing could do a crap ton of damage if it gets close with lock-on, but I don't think it's enough to kill a battle cruiser or even a battleship. And I do have beacons to throw on them.
We serve the Korvatra.
And I don't have the extended range to kind of be able to punish him up close. Oh, and these ones don't even have the beacon. That's a huge mistake.
Gravitic drive engaged. Shift to optimal combat
Okay,
speed.
I don't know what's going on here. I thought they would all be turning equally there, but I have beacons. I want to save it for the actual engagement. I don't want it coming from the side, that stronghold. It needs to receive them.
The ethereals guide us.
That's the problem. So here comes the fighters.
Ethereals wish. Fire Caste ready.
Okay, there goes one ship.
As the ethereals wish. Drive to maximum.
So it takes a bit of damage, but it's going to repair that easily. I just can't pay attention to the stronghold.
Mining ship underway.
And I could beacon immediately, but that's not going to help me at all.
Pure tide engrams online. Gravitic drive engaged. Pure tide
That's going to get
engrams
spotted. It's not going to do a whole lot for me, is it? This is going to suck horribly. I want to spot this and then throw a beacon on it. That's really all I want to do.
At your order,
Oh, and I just did a lot of damage to myself, so...
Something to mine there.
So, repair everything. Try my best to repair this thing.
teachings of Yola.
Surveying location.
At your orders.
So, try and do some damage.
Greater good. Pure tide.
I did forget to do critical damage of some kind, and yeah, I'm just getting murdered right now.
Air Caste ready for orders.
I could do damage, but that's not going to do a whole lot just yet.
Air Caste ready for orders.
And I'm out of boosters. And my messengers are out in the middle of nowhere because of that boost attempt too.
Salvo shall prosper. Blast doors sealed.
So I don't know what to exactly do here yet.
Red lights on all panels.
Can I at least kill a battleship? No, not their battle cruiser. Nope, not at all.
The ethereals guide us.
And my fighters did not do any form of damage there, so... Yeah, this is a mistake. This is not just gonna end horribly.
Mining ship underway.
And there's no way this thing can escape.
Drive to maximum. Shift to optimal
I have to
combat
hope,
speed.
just hope this thing survives is really all I can do.
Location.
It seriously doubt it's going to survive, but
Brotherhood
gotta try somehow, right?
Something to mine there.
Nope. Figured as much.
Flagship is gone.
Let me at least get the experience for this thing.
Core Eld.
There was a lot of damage potential, it was just all spread out is the problem.
Demiurge ship at your
So there is potential there, a little bit. I just did not prioritize at all any
responding.
components to go after. But again, there's potential.
Auxiliary disengaging.
That doesn't look too horrible. It's just, again, all the damage is spread out, so I couldn't get any credit. And I don't know how much of that is due to the fact that I prioritize, because my Damien Stronghold is just going to natural hit several ships because of, like, broadside weaponry. Which I think it only shot at the battleship and this one battle cruiser. So there's something to learn there. It's just the worst case scenario to have to run into Eldar. Because you kind of know they're just going to field their battleship and battle cruiser if they're just going straight pulsar route. So it's pretty predictable. And I can manage anything else really well, whether it's torpedoes or fighters, with good messenger placement, which sadly I did not even consider boosting them forward as well. That would have helped gave me a lot more longevity against the bombers. But that's the problem with the air cache being faster than all my frigates. You kind of need to keep the pressure on with Eldar. Because otherwise, if you give him too much space there, then he's just going to freely just turn around and just shoot you again with pulsars. Ideally, like I said before, I want him to boost into the stronghold, so its position wasn't the best either. it did survive. It got experience in. So not a total loss. Just, I feel completely helpless there, but maybe with a little more refinement that will work a lot better for me.